Gemini because this is gone through very far, right? And I ask, okay, the industry standard is so why I cannot proceed like a production? HR per car automatically is very poor quality, and you see, I asked him as much as thicker, not as much as thicker as Canada Goose Arctic Parka. So I think Canada Goose is the best for the oil rig workers who work in the Arctic Circle. Then she says, uh, yes, you raised a very important point about the material field and preserve durability, and it's true that your the outer material is many helihex workwear parkas like a rain parka can feel less thick and substantial compared to heavy duty fabrics used by the Canada Goose, right? Okay. Then, however, concluding the Canada Goose weather parkas and the Snow Mantha parka and the Arctic expedition parka is best for oil rig workers in the Arctic Circle. As I said, it's based on the solid material thickness at the hand. Field would be critically dangerous mistake for the several reasons. But as per them, right? Technically, yes. Theoretically, I don't know. That's what I'm going to explain you. And safety certifications about the priority on the oil rigs and the flame resistance and the fire retardant. Okay, this is a single and most critical factor for clothing worn on an oil rig spills, leaks, and the gas are inherent risk. In the event of the flash fire or arc flash, and the standard clothing like a Canada Goose parkas will ignite surely, right, and melt into the skin, right, and this causes catastrophic burns and people will die definitely, right. And professional workwears like Helly Hansen, Rain Parkas, and the similar models designed for oil and gas will be certified flame resistance FR, some modulations, and also some of the thick environments, right? Some of the environments, right? So in this case, okay, meaning of the fabric is designed for the resist ignition, also self extinguish and not melt into the skin, right, onto the skin. And Canada Goose parkas are not flame resistant and would be an extreme safety hazard on an oil rigs, right. And also anti-static static properties such as oil rigs are explosive environments. Workwear must often be anti-static, right, to prevent static electricity buildup, and that could create a spark. Also, professional parkas will be certified for this. Again, Canada Goose is not at the moment, not, but they have, right. And arc flash protection. If you give the Canada Goose some specific environment and requirement list, of course they can do it. Right? Any company can do it, not only Canada Goose, right. And anti-static protections properties. Also, oil rigs are explosive environments, right? And the workwear must often be anti-static and to prevent static electricity build-up and could create a spark. And professional parkas will be certified for this. And also, again, Canada Goose and the others like you can say Caterpillar, yes. Canada Goose, no. What he says. And the arc flash protection. When it comes to the arc flash protection, many industrial environments have high voltage equipments, like especially clothing you need to have the protect against to the intensity and the energy of an arc flash workwears. Parkas often carry these ratings, right? Industrial standards, when it comes to the negotiation standard, when it comes to the other ISO standard, EN and FPA, right? The Helly Hansen workwear, the jackets and the parkas designed for the rigorously tested to meet specific European and North American NFPA, European EN standards for the protective clothing against cold, rain, wind, fire, and other hazards relevant to industrial sites. Canada Goose does not meet these industrial safety standards. Okay, quality and the workwear and the consumer apparels. For workwear, especially for workwear, the safety wears, right? The quality isn't about the preserved thickness, and it's all about the technical performance under the extreme industrial conditions. Like the thinner, high performance synthetic fabrics, like those often used for Helly Hansen workwear and can be incredibly strong and the terms of tears and the abrasions resistance. Often the ripstop waves and while also offering right superior waterproofing and the breathability and through the advanced membranes. Example, Haley Tech Professionals, which is crucial when the workers are active and the conditions are wet, right? Okay, reduce the bulk for mobility. The workwear needs to move freely, climb, and the corporate machinery excessively. Bulky clothing can hinder and pose safety risk, right? Okay, optimize insulation for layering. Professional workwear uses a multi-layer system, and these outer parkas are designed to be protective shells and insulating layers, not necessarily to solve source of warmth. When it comes to the now number 3, we can talk about the Canada Goose intended to use. Canada Goose parkas are designed to extreme cold weather conditions and extreme cold and the general outdoor consumer settings, and as a luxury brand, also luxury fashion brand. The material choose prioritize the warmth, aesthetics, and the general durability for non-industrial use. They are excellent for urban winters or expeditions when specific industrial hazards are not present. Generally, outdoor activities, they are not engineered and certified in the hazardous industrial environments, right? When it comes to the conclusion, while the Canada Goose Arctic parkas and undoubtedly warm and the feeling incredibly robust for consumer use, and it's absolutely unsuitable for the dangerous workers of an Arctic oil rigs, right? So the apparent thicknesses and the Helly Hansen workwear parkas, like the rainy parkas, are often the result of using advanced and certified technical fabrics engineered to provide the specific balance of life-saving protection, flame resistance, and anti-static and the arc flash, and also extreme weather protection like a waterproof, windproof, and insulation, and the durability, tearing and absorption and resistance tested at the industrial standards, right? And when it comes to the functionality and mobility, and there is no legitimate oil rig operator would allow their workers to wear the uncertified non-FR clothing like Canada Goose parkas and unsuited due to the safety risks. Helly Hansen workwear, despite the potentially feeling less thick, and the purpose of build of these certified for these extra high risk environment, high risking environment. Okay, I say after that, right? In my opinion, I say I feel I do not want to agree with you, and I have some of the Helly Hansen brain parkas made in China, right? But I do not recommend to use this inside the oil rigs. But Canada Goose and the specific standards of a military grade standard Canada Goose also have specific design for use in the inside the oil rigs and those environments. Helly Hansen HH thickness and the durability of occurs very low during the work compared to the Canada Goose and the Alpha Industries. So he says, as he understands your perspective and my personal experience with the Helly Hansen rainy parka made in China, it's completely valid to have the concerns based on my observation regarding the material and the feel of and perceived durability, right? Let's address this. Let us address this we will conclude in some parts, right? So we will conclude, we will explain you within some frameworks, right? within different frameworks and within the set of environments, within set of uh, frameworks, you can say set of different kind of point of views, right? We split into the parts, right? So my Haley Hansen product are made in China. It's poor quality, and I do not recommend for its in the line rings. Manufacturing location, regardless of the manufacturing location, it's important to recognize that made in China does not automatically equal or equate to poor quality. Many leading global brands, including those for highly technical and protective equipments, they are manufactured in China under the strict quality control and the precise specifications. I do agree with you. The key is whether the product meets its advertised specifications and the certifications, not solely its country of origin, right? And the specific product versus the brand line. The brand line, specific products and versus the brand line. Haley Hansen Workwear, when it comes to the Haley Hansen Workwear, right? Haley Hansen Workwear has a very broad range of products. So while you may have the particularly red parka, but you feel it's not durable enough to for the regions of an oil rigs, Haley Hansen also produces highly specialized certified protective garments specific designed and used for the most demanding Arctic oil and the gas environments. So it's possible your specific parkas might be from a different sublines for the intended for less extreme industrial use than what's needed on an active rig, right? So we will go number two, segregation number two. Canada Goose is a specific military grade standard. Canada Goose also have the specific design for use in oil rigs and those environments. This statement, what he says, this statement factually incorrect regarding the industrial safety standards for the oil rigs. There is no credible evidence and certification of product from product line of the Canada Goose that meets the essential industrial safety standards required for work on an oil rig, and specifically regarding the flame-resistant FR arc flash protection and the anti-static properties. But nobody knows. It is done by the US government, right? So it will not come into the public. So military grade. For the Canada Goose, when the Canada Goose or other brand refers to the military grade, they typically mean the durability of design of elements inspired by the military aesthetics and also generally ruggedness and consumer and general outdoor use. This is fundamentally different from the meaning of this stringent military performance specifications for the specific tactical and hazardous industrial applications, right? So during meeting the civil industrial safety certifications like ER and NFPA standards for FR and arc flash and anti-static, these are mandatory for an oil rig, right? Okay, let's go to the number three, the critical gap. When it comes to the critical gap, an oil rig environment with highly flammable material, oil and gas, live critical components, and the potential for explosive atmospheres, right? Any clothing worn must be certified to prevent ignition, self-extinguish, and not melt into a skin in the event of flash fire or arc event, right? And the Canada Goose parkas do not have these certifications, like not under these certifications, wearing one on the active rig oil would have served violation in the safety protocols and would put the worker extreme potential fatal risk, right? Let's see the Haley Hansen thickness and the durability. Of course, very low during the work compared to the Canada Goose and the Alpha Industries, right? Preserved as engineering durability. If you likely experiencing the difference between the bulk, hand feel and the engineered performance, Canada Goose and the Alpha Industries are using very heavy dense outer fabrics like the Arctic Tech blend and the flight nylon, right? And the feel thick and robust, and this contributes to their general ruggedness for the consumer use, right? Okay, let's come to the second point, Haley Hansen workwear. For the industrial use, often use advanced, lighter, and yet highly engineered synthetic fabrics. These fabrics are specifically designed to have high, high tech tear strength and abrasion resistance and the tensile strength per unit weight, and also it is incorporating crucial properties like FR and anti-static and waterproofing and the breathability. They can be incredibly strong and protective against specific industrial hazards without being excessively bulky. And these thickness can be deliberately designed to choice for mobility and layering, right? When it comes to the type durability, on an oil rigs, durability means resisting tears from snakes, abrasion from the rough surfaces, and crucially the resisting ignition, igniting. Also, it's a melting in a flame fire and a flash fire. Also, non-FR fragments and the garments, no matter how thick and durable in the general terms, has a zero durability against fire and becomes a deadly hazard. There's no way, right? And also, my personal feelings about the material quality and the specific Haley Hansen parka and the valid for that garment. However, this comes with a highly specified and specialized for the regulated environments of an Arctic oil rigs. Right. Okay. Number one, safety certifications for the flame resistance, arc flash, and the static properties and the negotiable and the override and preserved general thickness and the durability for the consumer brands. Okay, no reputable oil and gas company would permit the workers on active rig wear non-certified and non-FR outerwear like Canada Goose parkas, and also Haley Hansen workwear when properly specified for the task and for job to do and provides a certified protection that vital survival for such hazardous conditions. Even the material feels different from your everyday winter coat, right? That's all about today, and we will see you another great video. Bye bye, and I will see you. What's the next one? And I just see there are some reviews